In this video, I'm going to be talking about headaches. Headaches is one of the most common health complaints that people have. Pretty much everybody has experienced one. Now, there are many things that can cause it, and there are many solutions depending on what causes it. So let's get started. So let's talk about headaches and what can be done about them. Firstly, what causes headaches? Number one is stress and tension. That's probably the most common cause of headache, really. Next is congestion and allergies that can put a lot of pressure into the sinuses, and that can cause a headache. Alcohol can cause hangovers. Infections is another important one. In fact, headaches, that's one of the most common symptoms of multiple infections, including especially the upper respiratory tract infections. But other systemic infections can cause headaches as well. High blood pressure can put a lot of pressure into the cranium. Low sodium and low blood sugar can also cause headaches. Straining of the eyes, such as staring at a screen for very long, can also cause headaches. Lack of sleep, dehydration, improper sleeping positions, especially if you use too many pillows, that can be a problem as well. And then certain vitamin and mineral deficiencies can cause headaches. So, before I get into the specific remedies for each of these, I'm going to give you alternatives to common over the counter painkillers. So, the most common painkillers out there are going to be paracetamol and acetaminophen, which is basically the same thing, or aspirin. Now, paracetamol is what it's called outside the US, acetaminophen is what it's called here. And this is basically the key ingredient in Tylenol. And if you live outside of the US, you have drugs like Panadol or Panados. And yeah, Panado and Panadol are the most common ones. And so, yeah, what's a good alternative to this is a product called Meriva. Now, Meriva is a completely natural medicine. It's actually a supplement, which is a very potent extract of curcumin. Curcumin is the chemical constituent, the main chemical constituent found in turmeric, which is an East Indian spice, known for its powerful anti-inflammatory benefits. Now, this is actually able to help with pain with a similar analgesic effect to that of acetaminophen and paracetamol. However, it's very important to keep in mind that this is used for pain, not fevers. Now, this drug, paracetamol, is used for fevers as well, not just for pain. So, Meriva is not for a fever, it's just for pain. Next is aspirin. Everybody knows what aspirin is. Now, the alternative to aspirin is white willow extract, which is pretty much the same thing. It contains salicin, which is kind of a precursor to aspirin itself. It's actually where aspirin comes from originally. And this has been clinically tested for conditions like migraines, backache, and osteoarthritis as well, and a couple of other things. So these are some alternatives to common anti-inflammatory over-the-counter painkillers. So let's get into the specific remedies for each of those causes that I just spoke about. So, firstly, when it comes to dehydration, getting more electrolytes into your system is going to help you. If you are severely dehydrated, you can get an electrolyte mix. I'll post a link in the description to the one that I like to use, but you can get a mix at most pharmacies or even health food stores. And alternatively, you can use coconut water. Now, if you've got low sodium, it would be good for you to eat a meal that is rich in salt, or you can just take a little bit of salt and eat it. Now, if there's many reasons you could be low in sodium. If you're taking medications like diuretics, that can deplete you of salts, not just sodium, but also potassium, magnesium, calcium. Those are also electrolytes. And alternatively, if you just haven't eaten a meal for quite a while, you can also be low in sodium. If you've been drinking a lot of water, again, you could be low in sodium. And certain foods actually work as diuretics, like green tea, lemon juice, watermelon, asparagus, cilantro. These are all diuretic foods and drinks that can deplete you of certain electrolytes like sodium as well. Next is high blood pressure. Now, when there's high blood pressure, that means naturally the headache is also caused by too much pressure in the head. So the way to get the blood out of that region and to basically to draw the blood away You can basically place your legs in knee deep into a bucket of hot water and sit there for about 15 to 20 minutes. It usually doesn't take that long to get relief, but that would be an adequate amount of time to make sure that all the blood comes rushing down to your legs. Now, when it comes to low blood sugar, the easiest way to get your blood sugar up is to eat something that's high in carbs or sugar. Now, why would your blood sugar be low? Well, it could be the same as low sodium. You just haven't eaten in a while. But if you're taking certain blood sugar lowering medications, that can cause it as well. And also, again, there's certain foods and supplements that can lower your blood sugar. There's tons of them. Berberine, green tea can do it as well. Gymnema sylvestre, cinnamon extract, bitter melon. There's a lot of things that can do this. So if you're taking supplements, even mineral supplements like chromium and magnesium, then you may have low blood sugar, especially if you haven't eaten for a while and you've taken these supplements. Next is eye strain. Now, this is a really interesting one. You can simply put 2 drops of ghee into each eye, and that will help you quite a bit. Now, ghee, you're probably thinking, isn't that? I've seen that before. I've seen it at the grocery store. Isn't that butter, clarified butter? Yes, it actually is. Ghee is actually used as a medicine. It's been used in extensive clinical research, tons of clinical trials where ghee is actually used in combination with certain medicinal herbs, where it can actually make the absorption of those medicinal herbs or the lipid soluble, fat soluble constituents of those medicinal herbs more bioavailable. So ghee has many uses beyond just cooking and being something that people eat. And there's a really interesting study where 2 drops of ghee was put into each eye in a group of patients that had, I think it was computer vision syndrome, which is causes issues related to eye strain. I'll post that study in the description so you can take a look at it. Next on this list is a hangover. Now, a hangover, if you have a hangover, I'm sure you know eating a high fat meal will help you out the next day. But the better way to handle hangovers is to prevent them. And the way you can prevent them is by using a product called Party Smart. Party Smart is made by a company called Himalaya. Here in the United States, it's called Himalaya USA. Outside of the United States, it's called the Himalaya Drug Company. And it's basically it's an Ayurvedic pharmaceutical company, but they specialize in natural Ayurvedic medicines, completely natural. Party Smart is a natural medicine. Well, here it's considered a supplement. An alternative to this is thiamine, which is basically vitamin B1. Now, Party Smart can basically prevent a hangover. The problem with alcohol is not the alcohol itself, but what the alcohol turns into. And so Party Smart basically helps you to prevent that process and to clear out that byproduct. Next on this list is vitamin deficiencies. The most common vitamin deficiency that can cause headaches is B vitamins. Now, you can get B vitamins from your foods. You can get it mostly from meats. You can get it from eggs, fish, but you can also get it from nutritional yeast. And there are some vegetarian foods as well, but it's a little difficult to get vitamin B12. Nutritional yeast can help for most of your B vitamins. Now, if you're going to take a B vitamin supplement, it's best to go with the methylated B vitamins. So those are kind of, in simple terms, it's like pre-digesting it, and it's easier for your body to absorb. Next in this list is mineral deficiencies. The most common mineral deficiencies that cause headaches are going to be iron and magnesium. Magnesium is a really common one. Iron is very common in menstruating women because of losing blood. So these nutrients and these minerals need to be taken care of. Now, magnesium, there's many ways to get that. Iron supplements can be used. It's better to go to iron-rich foods. Magnesium-rich foods can help as well, but it's really difficult these days to get enough magnesium from our foods due to certain farming practices that is reducing the nutritional content of our foods. So magnesium can be supplemented. You can take it as a supplement. There's various forms. You need to know which type is best for you. There's magnesium malate, magnesium threonate, magnesium glycinate, chloride, citrate. There's so many different forms. Just avoid magnesium oxide. And So speak to a professional about which is the right type for you. There's also certain types of magnesium that you can spray onto your body, and you can also simply have a you can do a foot soak with Epsom salt. Your body also absorbs magnesium that way. Next is stress and tension. So how do you get that taken care of? The easiest way to relieve stress and tension is to get a massage. That's going to increase the amount of endorphins, and it's going to take up your happy neurotransmitters like serotonin and dopamine. It's going to make you feel good. Anything that makes you feel good is going to reduce your stress and tension. Magnesium can also help to relax you. There are also a group of medicinal herbs known as adaptogens that can help you with stress. That's going to be things like ashwagandha, ginkgo biloba, rhodiola, holy basil, etc. Now, last but not least is allergies. This can be a problem for a lot of people. Now, when it comes to allergies, the number one thing above all that can give you quick relief is butterbur. This is a medicinal herb as well. The thing I love about butterbur, if you look this up, you're going to find that it's very useful for migraines. Now, you'll notice I haven't spoken about migraines in this video because that's a whole other topic. But butterbur is really good for migraines, but specifically for allergies. And the reason I say this is it was used in a comparative clinical trial where it was compared to a very common over the counter antihistamine known as Zyrtec. And it was able to do the exact same thing. The difference is butterbur has very few side effects in comparison to Zyrtec. So it's a really powerful antihistamine as well as a pain reliever and for preventing migraines. Next, for allergies is turmeric, specifically used in the form of golden milk, which is in a very specific recipe in which basically any form of milk is used. Most people prefer not to use cow's milk. If you're going to use cow's milk, use A2 milk, not A1 milk. But you can use coconut milk or almond milk as well. And it needs to be really, really hot. And turmeric is part of this. In fact, you can go to most health food stores and simply get a golden milk mix that you can, it basically comes in the form of a powder. Alternatively, you can simply just Google this and get the ingredients and how to make it online. I also speak about it on my website, drnishal.com. I've spoken about it multiple times. So these are some remedies for the most common causes of headaches. And yeah, I hope this information helps you. If you'd like to get in touch with me, you can do so through my website, drnishal.com. I do online video call consultations. So no matter where you are in the world, you can get in touch with me and I can help you. And I'll see you in the next video.